science teacher. Again I am here with my new video for chapter 9. Chapter 9, that is water as a resource. Hope all of you are safe and healthy. So let us start our new chapter. Our chapter is water as a resource. Right now, all of you know about water, right now? So many uses are there of water. We drink water, okay? In morning we are taking bath, so we are using water. Then many things are there in those water is used, right now? Okay. Can you imagine your life without water? Can you imagine? Your answer will be no. Okay, we cannot imagine our life without water. We and plants, we both need water to grow and to stay alive. Okay, but your chapter is water as a resource. Do you know what is the meaning of resource? What is the meaning of resource? Why they have written simply the chapter name? It could be water only, but here it is water as a resource. So resource means a very valuable thing. Okay, anything which is valuable for us. Okay, it is known as resource. As I told you that water is precious. Right now we are utilizing water for drinking purposes. Right now, taking bath, your mother is cooking food, plants are taking water, then only they are just preparing their food. Okay, so that's why it is written water as a resource. Means water is valuable for all of us. Right now, without water, we cannot imagine about our life. I hope you got it. Right now. Now, change of state of water. Okay, second line that is shown on your screen. It is change of state. Okay, you know the matter which is present around us. Okay, the matter which is present around us. For example, you are sitting in your hall or in your bedroom, wherever you are sitting. Just observe your sofa, your bed, your study table. Okay, these are what? These are solid. Okay, these are solid now. The same way, other things are just available in your kitchen, like your milk, which you drink in morning, right now, and water. They are what? They are in the liquid state. And then the third thing is air. Air is present around us now. Okay, air surrounds us now. So it means we can't see air. Yes, but we can feel air. Right now, we can intake air. That is known as inhalation. Right now, taking air inside through our nose. This process is known as inhalation. That I explained you in my second chapter. Right now. Okay. So, it is in what state? It is in gaseous state. Got it? So, after all, three states of the matter we studied. Solid, liquid, gas. Okay. Now, we are talking about water. Okay. So, in how many states water exists? Okay. For example, wood is what? Wood is an example of solid. means your study table, either it is made up of plastic material or it is made up of wood. Okay, so it is what? It is solid. Okay, can it change its state? Means wood can be converted into liquid. Is it easy to convert it into liquid? Your answer will be maybe no right now. But water can change its state. Okay, water can change its state. It is so easy. Okay, whenever you are getting confused, always think about water you are drinking. Okay, easily you can drink it, and see on the screen that whatever the changes are happening, I am just telling you, explaining you. Okay, see this second slide. Okay, water you are drinking, and when you are keeping that water in a bowl in your freezer, in summer season generally we are keeping water in freezer now. Why we are keeping it? Just to make ice. Okay, so ice is what? Ice, it is the conversion of state only, means water is getting changed into solid. Water is what? Water is liquid, right now? Liquid. Water is liquid, and liquid is changing into solid. So we can say now that water can exist in the state of liquid, and water can exist in the state of solid, that is ice, in ice form, right now. Now the third thing is gaseous form. Water can exist in gaseous form. How? When we are boiling water right now, and it is changing into water vapor, so it is what? It's gaseous state right now. So see on the board, solid when it is melting. For example, ice when it is changing into liquid. We are taking out ice from the freezer, and we are taking it and we are keeping it in the room. So what is happening? Slowly it is changing into liquid. Okay, so this is known as melting. Okay, what do we call it? Process is known as melting. Okay, when this liquid, for example water, okay, water it is heated and it is changing into water vapor. It is known as evaporation. Got it? And when this gas is getting cooled and again it is converting into liquid, it is known as condensation. Got it? Then this liquid again, means this water, again we are keeping in the fridge, means we are lowering the temperature. Okay, we are lowering the temperature, we are decreasing the temperature, so it is getting changed in ice, means solid. Ice is what? Ice is solid. Okay, so it is known as solidification. These all processes are there. Okay, now see in the next slide. See, what is kept on the flame? A kettle. What is happening here? Water is boiling. Okay, what is boiling? If I will ask, what is boiling? You will say that when we are heating water on certain temperature, so water will start to boil. Actually, when water start to change its state, okay, when water will start to change its state, it is known as boiling. Okay, when water will be heated, it will start to change into gaseous form. Okay, so see here, uh, uh, gas is coming out from the nozzle of the kettle. It means this gas is what? These are water vapors. Okay, now water is inside the kettle, but when it is heated, it start to change its state. That water only is getting converted into gas. Okay, now if the gas which is coming out from the nozzle of the kettle, if we are just collecting that on a lid, okay, if we are collecting, for example, your mummy is boiling water sometime right now in the kitchen, or she is preparing some delicious vegetable for you, any dish, okay, and she kept it in some pan, okay, and she is heating it, and after that she kept a lid over the pan, okay, over the pan. Then after heating it, after some time she realized that this vegetable is cooked well, okay, is cooked well. So she will switch off the stove, okay, and she will allow it to cool down, okay. Then when you are removing the lid, you will see some water droplet on the lid, okay, you will see some water droplet on the lid. So from where we are getting it? Simple. The water which was present in the cooking, in the vegetable which was mixed by your mother. So when it is heated, it is getting converted into gas. But when that gas means the temperature is lowering down, so this gas, these water vapors, this gas is what? Water vapors, na? Water vapors are cooling down, and again we are getting water. We are getting water droplets. I hope it is clear. Okay, so that procedure, when the water was boiling, okay, and it was changing into gas or into water vapor, that was evaporation. And when it changed again into water, it is known as condensation. Now your next topic is water cycle. Okay, see the picture which is on your screen. See it very carefully. Actually, I told you water is very much valuable for us. Right now, without water, we can't imagine our life. Okay, we can't survive. But from where we are getting this water? So let us study. Okay, many oceans are there on this earth. Right now? Okay, oceans means a huge amount of water is present in those water bodies. Right now? Okay, so what is happening when sunlight, or we can say the water is getting hot just because of that sunlight? Right now it is getting hot, so it is getting start to convert in water vapor. See here on the right side, the first arrow is showing that water is getting converted into water vapor. It means this is known as evaporation. Right now, this is known as evaporation. Okay. When this water is getting converted into water droplets and it is moving upside. Now these droplets are getting cooled. These droplets are getting cooled, and they are just coming closer to each other and forming clouds. Right now, and forming cloud. Now what is happening when there will be a need? Okay, there will be a need. These clouds are getting heavier. Okay, when many water droplets are closer to each other and making the clouds, and these clouds are being heavier, we get rain on the earth. Okay, this is the first way that the water is getting converted into water droplets, and these droplets are making clouds, and then from clouds we are getting rain. But do you know plants on the earth? Do you know that plants on the earth, what they are doing? They when we are watering them, or they are getting water naturally, because we are not watering to all the plants. Am I right? We are giving water to those plants which are in our approach, right now. But thousands and lakhs of plants are there, jungles are there, so they are getting water means naturally from rain. Okay, so whenever they are getting it in axis, they are also releasing water. Okay, and this process is transpiration. Okay, they are also releasing excess of water. Okay, then again the same way I told you that they will form cloud. Okay, these water droplets will go up. Okay, they will cool down and they will come close to each other, and then they will form cloud, and then we will get rain. Okay, so up to here I think it is clear. Okay, so when this rain is coming on the earth, okay, some of the water, it is seeping into the ground. Seeping means slowly water is getting entered into the ground. Okay, so when this rainwater is getting inside the ground, that water only, that is stored right now, that is stored underground. So this water only is known as groundwater. Okay, and that is also useful for us. We are utilizing that water for different purposes. Okay, for drinking purposes also. Okay, do you know one thing? That plenty of water is present on the earth. Plenty of water is still our teachers, our parents, they say that all the people in fact, they say that save water, even a drop of water is precious. Why they are telling us like that? Maybe you don't know right now. We are saying that save water. Water is precious because only 1% to 2% water is potable on this earth. Okay, how much percentage of water is potable? 1 to 2%. Out of 100%, only 1 to 2% water is potable water. Now another new word, you will say potable. Potable is what? It is not portable, it is potable water. Potable means the water which is suitable for drinking. That's why we need to save water. Don't waste it. Otherwise, our coming generations, they will face the crisis of water. In fact, there are many places in our country, many parts of our country, they are suffering from this problem. People don't have enough water. They have to travel kilometers and kilometers to collect few drops of water. Means they don't have any source in their villages. They are just traveling sometimes 8 to 10 kilometers. Okay, to collect water. How much lucky we people are that we are living in such a part, okay, that we are getting enough water, okay, enough water. We want to drink it, we are drinking. We want to wash our clothes, we are washing them. We want to cook our food. Means enough water we have. But if we will waste it, definitely the day will come very soon when we people will be facing the same crisis of water. I hope it is clear. Okay, so don't waste water. If somewhere you are finding out the tap is on, generally it is happening in your school now, the tap is on and some student he left it carelessly and you have seen everything, still you didn't go there because you were saying I didn't do it, someone else did it. But beta, these are resources, and you know resources means most valuable things. Okay, so we all are responsible. We all are responsible. If any person is not taking his own responsibility to save water, and you are finding out that something is happening near, like that something is happening near to you, you can go ahead and you can stop the wastage of water. Got it? So this was your water cycle. I hope you understood it, that water from water bodies, it is getting evaporated, means it is changing into water vapors. These water vapors or droplets, when they are just rising up, they are getting cool, and then they all are coming near to each other and forming a cloud, and from those clouds we are getting rain. Okay, and some water of rain, it is getting it seeps into the ground also, and that is known as ground water. Okay, so always value for natural resources, respect them, okay, and treat them well. Now see our next slide. It is soluble impurities and insoluble impurities in water. As I told you that the water which is available is not, all the water which is available on the earth is not suitable for drinking. Okay, now what you know, why the water, all the water is not suitable for drinking? Because many impurities are present in that water. Okay, so these impurities, I will explain you. Impurities means that is not good for our health. Okay, that is not good for our health, and that is not good for water also, but it is mixed in water. Okay, so these are the impurities and we need to separate them from the water. So these are known as impurities. So two types of impurities are there. One is soluble, second is insoluble. Okay, soluble impurities are those impurities that can be dissolved in water. Okay, soluble impurities are what? Which can be dissolved in water. Okay, for example salt and some chemicals, okay, which are mixed in water, which are dissolved in water. For example, seawater. In oceans, a plenty of water is present. Can you drink that water? You are standing at the seashore and you are thirsty. Can you drink that water? Definitely you cannot drink sea water. Why? Because impurities are present. Okay, and in sea water a huge amount of salt is present and some other chemicals are also. Okay, so this water is not suitable to drink. So I hope you got it, that soluble impurities means the impurities which can be dissolved. So it is clear now that soluble impurities are those which can be dissolved in water. Now second one is insoluble impurities. Right now, what are insoluble impurities? So those impurities which are not soluble in water, these are known as insoluble impurities. For example, mud. Right now, when you are mixing mud in water, see in the picture also, the water is looking so dirty now. It is looking dirty just because of presence of insoluble substances. Okay, these are present in water, but these are not soluble completely. Like salt is completely soluble. Okay, now see these two pictures. These two beakers are consisting water, but these both are containing insoluble impurities in water. In first beaker, some oil is present on the top layer of water, and in second, some mud is mixed. Both are insoluble impurities. They are making dirty to the water, and such kind of water is not suitable for drinking purposes. Now, see, when water is not suitable for drinking purpose, we can make it suitable by the process of filtration. Right now, filtration means when we are separating impurities from the water and we are making it potable. Potable means suitable for drinking. Okay, so the first method is, you can see here what is happening in the pan. The water is boiling in the pan. Okay, it means when the water is boiled, so all the bacteria which are present in the water, bacteria are what? Bacteria are very small microbes, okay, which we can't see from our naked eyes. Okay, and these are killed when water is heated. Okay, now the second method is what? See in the picture, second method is chemical method, means some tablets or some chemicals can be added to the water to make it suitable for drinking. And the third method is the RO filtration. RO, you people are having at your home. Right now, your papa just installed ROs at your home. For what purpose? Just to make water suitable for drinking. Okay. Now see here in the next picture, chlorination. Okay. Chlorination is what? As I told you, one chemical method is there to purify the blood, purify the water. So see in the slide, the boy is mixing some chlorine tablets in the water. It means which procedure it is? It is chlorination. You got it now? Chlorination means just we are using tablets to kill the bacteria. And I already told you bacteria are what? Bacteria are microbes which we can't see with our naked eyes. Got it? Okay. Now see here, your last topic, it is rainwater harvesting. Okay. So, maybe you have seen in your society or in your colony, big tanks are made, okay, just to store water, just to store rainwater. What is the use? What is the use of that storage? What is the use of that storage? Why we need to store rainwater? As I told you, the whole year in India we are not getting water now. The whole India we are not getting rainwater. There are certain months, right now. We say the rainy season, right now. So after that there will be no rain. Okay. So when the water is falling on the earth, okay, it is going waste. Very less water is utilized. Okay, and rest of the water again it is getting mixed in the oceans. So that is of no use for us. So what we are doing, as it starts rain, okay, so the rain water which is coming out through the drainage, through the pipes, we can store it in the tanks. Okay, we can store it in the tanks. As you can see in the picture, the rainwater is coming out through a tank, through a pipe and stored in the tank. So when it will stop to rain, okay, we can utilize that water for the different purposes. Okay, for the different purposes. Maybe you heard a story of a village that is in Maharashtra. Okay, the people were suffering from the problems of water crisis, as there was no rain in that village for years and years. Okay, people were very much worried what will happen. Okay, you know what they did? They made big tanks. So when in the rainy season they got rain in their village, the water they stored in those tanks and then they utilized it for the irrigation purposes. Now the village is very prosperous. So this way villagers change their life by utilizing that rainwater, okay, which they got in rainy season. So the water which they got during rainy season, they stored it and then they utilized it for the different purposes in future. The same way, if we are storing rainwater in the tanks, we can utilize it for the different purposes. Okay, so in this way, at least we can save some water for our future. And the rainwater which was going waste, that also we saved. Okay, so I hope you understood the chapter. Now, I hope you understood. So today we have seen many things in this chapter. Like, first it was evaporation, condensation. What are evaporation, condensation, melting, solidification, right now? And then boiling, right? And then water cycle also, that how we are getting water on earth. Okay, then some impurities which are mixed in water. Okay, and then their types. Okay, and then method of filtration. So all these things, I think these are clear to you. Okay, till then, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye bye.